I just pierced my...
You just pierced your what?
Pierced my second hole. And the lady...
Yourself?
Yeah. Well, I re-pierced it. Like I did it when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
And then I re-pierced it. And now it hurts so badly to touch it. And I have to wear these headphones that are just pressing on.
Pressing it. Yeah. Do you have this spray?
Saline?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been doing that a lot.
I love that. I love cleaning. I'm not going
Holes?
there anyway. No, I just like, I love like with like rubbing alcohol and just like, oh,
Hydrogen peroxide.
yeah, it's the best. It's so good. What % gay do you think I am?
Okay. Right off the bat, I would say like 19.
Oh, 19. That's a lot. I
Yeah.
like that. Okay, cool. Well, I was on the phone with someone this morning and he was like, I was like, I don't know how we got onto that, but I was like, what % gay? And I was like, I have someone who will know.
Yeah.
She's a lesbian, so she has the highest authority. That's so good. I love that. We're all a little bit gay.
No one
I
is
said
100% anything.
Okay, so 19. And what % gay do you think you are?
Yeah, it's so funny.
You might be like a 98.
No. God, no.
90?
Keep going lower.
85.
No, I'm like a 60.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because I mean, it depends on the day of the week.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on the month.
Mm-hmm.
It depends where I am on my cycle.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on like what's trending.
Are there some months are gayer than others?
Oh my God, yeah. And some months are straighter. I am so straight around the holidays.
Yeah, for sure.
It's
December
so
is
crazy.
the straightest fucking
Yes.
month there is.
Yes.
For sure.
And then like the new year, it's like very gay
Yeah.
for a while. And then summer is very bisexual.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're so right.
Yeah.
Like July is the most bi month ever.
Ever.
Uh-huh. What do you think about September?
September, Virgos.
Yeah.
I would say it's a bisexual month. It's when Bisexual Awareness Day is. It's bisexual.
Yeah. I
And
think
then you're
that's
going
right.
into fall. Then you're going into winter. Winter gets straight.
November is really straight.
Very straight. Holidays straight.
Yeah, you're so right.
Then gay,
Mhm.
bi,
Mhm.
straight. And it's just the cycle.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're 19 or whatever I said
Uh-huh.
because you're open to it.
Mm-hmm.
You've thought about it.
Mm-hmm.
You've pursued it.
We've pursued it.
Unsuccessfully.
I've had some unsuccessful pursuits.
You flirt with women
100%.
with intention. Like
I
you're not
watch gay
flirting.
porn.
That makes you straight.
Oh, sorry.
So then that goes
Well,
back.
no, now I'm actually back to, honestly, now I'm back to straight porn again.
Okay. So you're a little gay.
But I like very natural, which I feel like makes me gay.
No, I think
makes
that
me
makes you
gayer.
a woman.
Oh, right. I do a lot of audio porn.
Yeah.
I love Quinn
I love Quinn too.
so much.
Did you listen to Kate Monig? I don't know how to
Mm-mm.
pronounce her last name from the L Word.
I have really specific ones that I like.
Like what? I know what it is.
It's
like-
all the eating out ones.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I just go to that part. I like skip forward to those parts, and then that usually does it. I'm on a time crunch. Sometimes I don't have time. They should have Quinn Light where you I'm like, I've been openly flirting with them. I want to do something with them so badly. But like, if I were to do a story, it would just be like straight into it. It would be for the busy woman.
Wait,
you know?
that's genius.
Right?
You do like 2-minute audio.
A 2-minute, and it's just, there's no foreplay. And it's like, and I'm about to eat your pussy, and I'm right there.
That's actually a great idea.
Caroline, if you're listening, I'm available. I don't know if people would like it. It wouldn't be my voice though. Maybe I'd just write it because I'm too like lispy for people to concentrate.
I'll tell you something right now. I hear your voice very deep in my ears and it's kind of hot.
Okay.
So I think you could.
And I'm good at phone sex, so I could be good at it. I just had a caller on the show the other week and they were like, oh, how do you get into it? And I was like, seriously, I think that I could be a successful phone sex entrepreneur. Because I'm a performative person and I know how to give people what they want, and I think I'm good at it. So maybe I could do the Quinn. Maybe I could. Again, Quinn.
So humble.
If you're so humble. 19% gay, really humble. That's the
I
title
should
of
have
this
said
episode.
lower. This is going to get right to your head.
I know. So later we're going to play a segment called Is It True for Lesbians? Which, because, sometimes I have gay people write inquiries and they're like, does this theory apply? And I don't think that they do because it's such different culture.
1,000%.
Like actually the other day on AMA, she said, I've been dating this girl for 4 months and she broke up with me, but she wants to be friends immediately. I don't know if I can do it, but don't all lesbians, this is a mass generalization. That's offensive that I just said that, but isn't it
It's
more
not.
common for lesbians to stay friends after?
Yes.
It's like you guys are all friends before and then you're friends after.
Yes. I mean, obviously it depends, but yes. Well, women connections in general, like we're
Right. It's so
very
true. It's
different.
like because women are higher like
Yes.
sentient beings.
We're just yes.
And it's crazy. It's like, wait, I also have a question for you. So you're Virgo. Bridget, back up. Bridget and I have been friends for a while now. Probably going on 8 years. Yeah. We met through work stuff back when I was a freelance writer, and I became obsessed with Bridget, and we've been friends ever since. But Bridget is in a double Virgo relationship.
Yeah.
Which is so crazy to me. So how has this retrograde been treating you, my precious Virgo couple? Because this one is hitting us the most hard, Virgos and Leos.
Okay.
Have you had any exes come back? Because yeah.
Whoa.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Wait.
This is all about this retrograde specifically is all about exes coming back.
That's so interesting.
But anyway, so sorry to jump around, but I wanted to tell you guys how I know Bridget. She's very fantastic comedian.
What?
I mean, she's a funny girl.
Cool. I'll take it.
And
I'm not a comedian.
She's a
please.
skilled marketer. She's just an all around cool girl. She hangs with the coolest group of lesbians in LA. Like every time I look at her story, they're like at a pool party drinking martinis, like with branded shirts. And I just I want to be part of their crew so bad. And she's who I go to when I have
one gay thought.
When I have gay thoughts, I go to Bridget. But it's fun. It's it's our way to flirt too.
Yeah, we flirt.
And Jordan is okay with that. Jordan's
my partner.
Her partner.
She was so jealous that she's not flirting with you today.
And she can come on too. We should have a different episode with me and Jordan.
Great.
But so back up, how's the retrograde treating you guys?
That's so funny. So I did recently have some experiences with my ex. We went to college together. Mm-hmm. I don't want to do a whole thing. Mm-hmm. But anyways, we drove to and from Santa Barbara together alone because we were friends now. So back to your original question, but it took 10 years to be friends.
Damn, because there was just so much passion there, or and it just took a while to diffuse? Yeah,
and there's just it was so much. And now I have nothing but love for her, and we're proper friends, and it's really amazing. But that's really interesting because I hadn't seen her in so long, and it was beautiful.
It's so beautiful. Yeah, retrograde doesn't always have to be a bad thing. These things I think we think of negatively, but it's just the most intense for Virgos and Leos. We're just being rocked where it's kind of, there's a lot coming up for us, but it doesn't have to be a bad thing. It can be breakdown, breakthrough kind of vibes.
I always thought it was bad, so that's nice to hear. But are you having?
Yeah, it's not bad. It's just very intense and there's just a lot going on. And there's some small stuff in my life that's been kind of fucking up the usual retrograde stuff breaking, delays, confusion, up in the air. But overall, I am using it to level up and get ready for Virgo season, which is the best season of all.
Oh, cannot wait.
I can't wait for everything to go right again. I can't wait for people to be normal again and us to fix and heal the world.
Yep.
Is September a gay month? I think it's a bi month.
No, it's a bi month.
Okay.
It's bi.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What's the best thing you ate this week? Hey. Just kidding. Has one lesbian on the show, makes everything about sex. Jesus Christ.
No, but I'm down. I was going to say the retrograde is making me really horny. Is that a thing?
Of course.
Yeah, okay.
I'm always horny.
Same.
They can't stop me. They were well, once you get this IUD, you're going to, have the wind taken out of your sails. I was like, no.
Bring it on.
Quinn's still the most used app, guys. So no, we're good. What is the best thing you ate this week?
I don't know, a cupcake.
You're not a foodie.
No, I am. I'm not going to do what you've done and blown up every good spot and ruined it for everyone. Dialogue used to have $4 sandwiches.
That was my fault.
$4 sandwiches. I would go there every day in 2017. Tinx puts it one day on her story, and the sandwiches are now $14.
I know. Well, I was just telling Lauren, actually, my guy who colors my hair. He's not a celebrity, hairstylist or one of these guys who has a huge Instagram following. He's just a hairstylist, whatever, in New York. And I mentioned his name once on Instagram because I had a lot of requests, and he told my mom yesterday, he was like, don't tell her not to do that again, please. And I was like, respect, I'm sorry.
Poor thing. No, yeah, you've ruined half of
I've ruined everything. Yeah. Okay. That's fair. I just had some really good salt and vinegar chips before you came in. And I was also telling Lauren that I feel that salt and vinegar chips really settle my stomach.
No.
Okay. What's the most annoying part of your week?
Anything like washing my face when it's not a shower night. Like that is so specific. But like, I don't know. My life's really great. I don't have a lot of annoying things.
I love that.
Fighting.
Okay. No, I meant this one is in particular. Did anything annoying happen to you?
It's middle of the week.
Yeah, it's a bit of a slump day.
No, it's just like working.
Okay. Explain to us your job. I think that they would find it interesting.
Oh, amazing. I head up brand at a women's supplement company called O Positive. We specialize in menopausal health, menstrual health, hormonal health, vaginal health. So I sell vagina vitamins, essentially.
I love that.
Yeah.
We're very pro-vag. Bridget.
We are.
Welcome to Office Hours, where we talk about everything interesting on the internet this week. I'm thrilled to have you.
I'm really happy to be here.
Do you remember when we did that live? That Instagram live?
Yeah, that was torture for me.
That was hard for you. But now you're like a new person.
Yeah, because I don't have pressure.
The stresses of your old
people.
job. Yeah. Yep. All right, let's get into some fun stories. So this is a good one. Anthony Bourdain biopic, Tony in the works with the Holdovers star Dominic Sessa. Did you see the Holdovers?
I did not.
Okay. Yes. So Bridget came in and told me that she had absolutely no pop culture awareness, but that's okay. I'm going to talk about it anyway. And she's going to ask the questions. She's going to play the role of the person who doesn't care about pop culture, which I know is some of you out there. Do you like Anthony Bourdain though?
I definitely do.
Yeah.
Not. I don't care.
Okay, fine. So I will just quickly talk about this. But I thought
he was really attractive.
Super attractive. You guys, if you haven't read Kitchen Confidential, which is his first book, it's so incredible. And I mean this in the most respectful way possible. Like, I feel connected to him. And I know every fucking basic bitch thinks she's connected to Anthony Bourdain. Like, I get that. I get that that's offensive to such a cool person and whatever, but I just love him so much. And I really like all of his writing really resonates with me. I would highly recommend all of his books, but Kitchen Confidential is definitely my favorite. He was just such a unique person. And I think that's why people feel so connected to him even after he passed. He passed on June 8th, 2018, very sadly. So that's sick. And I love the Holdovers. I just watched it on the plane, actually, like when I was coming back from France. It's typical me. I didn't watch it when it was in the Oscars hype, but then I watched it now, and now I want to talk about it with everyone. So it's good. This story
that I relate to.
Good timing for me. Yeah. I never do watch the thing on time. And then I watch it like half a year later and I'm like, wait, did you guys?
And no one wants to talk about it.
And nobody wants to talk about it. Which, like, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's something that we can all relate to, both you and I. Cafeteria worker sentenced to 9 years in prison for stealing $1.5 million worth of chicken wings from school. I have so many questions about this story. Vera Little, an Illinois cafeteria worker, was charged with and pleaded guilty to theft and operating a criminal enterprise. Okay, so prosecutors said she placed orders for the chicken wings with the district's main food supplier for 2 years, though she would keep the food despite charging the district. Her theft was discovered after the district's food service department exceeded its annual budget by $300,000 mid-year. So it's $11,000 of chicken wings. So the food was meant to be used for take-home meals for students who were learning remotely during the COVID-19 pandemic. So at first I was like, oh, come on. 9 years is ridiculous. Let her have some chicken fingers. You know what I mean? Or chicken wings or whatever.
Different, but yeah.
But then I was like, okay, if she's stealing from kids who don't have food, that's so fucked up.
They have food. They just didn't have chicken wings.
Right.
9 years. We have like rapists on the streets.
That's what I'm saying.
And a woman who stole chicken wings
to
get her bag is in prison for 9 years.
First of all, Netflix movie when?
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait for that because it's going to be like, I want it to be called like Chicken Wing Empire or something. Second of all, 9 years is ridiculous. I think 6 months and a little fine or some community service or whatever. If I were president, I would do so many things differently, but like I would completely revamp the prison system. Like, I just don't think that that's fair at all.
No, that's wrong.
It's like, it's actually wrong and it's fucked up. And I don't understand why they had to go so hard. And I feel like judges love to make examples of silly cases like this where, you know, they just wanted to be like, oh yeah, like put her away. It's like, for what reason? Like, I get stealing is wrong for sure. But like you said, we have literal rapists who are on the street with like a slap on the wrist because like they did something naughty. And it's like, okay, well, it doesn't compute. And don't even get me started on how awful and unfair and double standard the marijuana charges are for people of color.
Yep.
They're disproportionately imprisoned for marijuana related charges. And it's fucked up.
Yeah.
And I just think that this chicken wing thing is like 9 years is absurd.
Wasn't there a football player who said he would like pay for all of this?
I hope.
Oh, look at me on
Look
the
at you.
trends.
Oh,
Jordan told me that this morning.
Okay, I love that. Well, I would honestly like to support her as well because that's absurd.
We do a GoFundMe.
For sure. I'm sure there already is one.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a story for both of us. Everything you need to know about Mercury retrograde. So Lauren actually told me that for real astrologists, it's offensive that I keep saying Mercury in retrograde. It's actually Mercury retrograde. So it ends on August 28th. According to astrologers, this can be a disastrous time for communication and travel, according to the astrologer Susan Miller. We love Susan Miller. I used to look at my Susan Miller app every single day. You guys, I had to quit because I was too addicted to it. Mercury's perceived movements can affect listening, speaking, learning, reading, editing, researching, negotiating, selling, and buying. All former conjugate. Oh, sorry. Just to close the Lauren's coming in hot. Kansas City Chiefs star Chris Jones has offered to pay $1.5 million for chicken wings to free an Illinois school worker from prison.
Wow. Get him on the pod.
Okay, I see. Okay, wow. That's amazing. And you know what? You go, Chris Jones. That's so nice.
You go, Chris Jones.
If I was super rich like that, I would do shit like that all the time. I'd be like, if I was super rich. Yeah.
Like that.
Like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, shout out Chris Jones for paying for the chicken wings. Basically, when it's Mercury retrograde, you're supposed to just don't do anything major. Like don't sign any contracts. Don't buy a house. Don't get plastic surgery, elective plastic surgery in this time. Anything that can go wrong, just kind of keep a low profile. And I've been seeing a lot on TikTok. The TikTok astrologers are saying, mind your business. Don't gossip. Like, actually, I found out some gossip yesterday from Lauren and then I told and then it got back to her. And like, we were just like, oh, this is such a good example of like us just not minding our business in Mercury retrograde. So there you go.
Yeah, you're not supposed to travel, right?
You shouldn't travel if possible, but that's impossible for me because I'm always gone. Okay. We have some TikTok trends and viral moments. Were you very into the Olympics?
Yeah.
Did you see the breakdancing?
I did, unfortunately.
So I learned last night that the Australian breakdancer Raygun, that's her nickname, Rachel.
That's a great nickname.
Yeah. She actually did kind of scam her way into the Olympics.
Okay, I needed to know that.
Yeah, she did. And so basically there was no governing body for breakdancing in Australia. So she kind of made one up and her husband was like the guy who judged whether she could get to go. And like her friends were the other contestants. So basically she said like, oh, there's guys, we have to like represent Australia. So that's why she was so bad. And I guess a bunch of people are coming out and saying like memes aside, it is really offensive because breakdancing is like a genuine thing that people study and do a hard job. And she got 0 on all 3 rounds.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I mean, I get that. Like I've been having a good laugh at her expense too, but I think put in that light, it is really annoying. And if it was something that I'd worked so hard for, and in general, the Olympics, it's like, it's so inspiring and people work so hard for it. I really don't think that you should be fucking around. I'm just surprised she like slipped through the cracks.
First of all, that's so Australia of her.
For sure.
Second, I don't want to offend anyone, but is it need to be an Olympic sport?
Well, it's not in 2028. They took it out.
Well, I think that was maybe
fair.
Good move. And third, I don't want to make fun of her because I think that's brutal. But if she did do that to be in on the joke, then she's kind of iconic.
Yeah, I wonder how much of it was to be in on the joke versus like really wanting to go to the Olympics.
But even what, like either way, like girl, like fucking did it.
Yeah.
And she went in front of the whole world. And now she's like insanely viral. And I got so many people sent me the video and was like, very you. And like, that's like the meanest thing that anyone could say to me. But then I'm also taking it as like, she's so confident.
She's so confident. Flip it on its head. She's so confident. She actually doesn't care what anybody thinks.
Ever. Yeah. It's rough.
It's rough. I disagree with you. So I love to watch dance because I'm so coordinated, and I would love them to do not breakdancing as a Olympic sport, but I would love them to do like, do you ever get those videos from like Play Los Angeles?
Of course.
So it's like, I want them to do an Olympic sport of that.
1,000%.
Like, because how fucking sick would that be?
But you can recognize that, like, I'm not shitting on breakdancers. That's amazing. And I love it. I don't think it needs to be an Olympic sport.
No. I agree.
I'll watch
with you.
a competition. I'll go to a competition.
I agree with you. I actually think though that like regular, maybe, I don't know, what would you call that? Like hip hop dancing? I think hip hop dancing.
Regular. Yeah.
I think that hip hop dancing should be an Olympic sport.
1,000%.
Because it's so fucking incredible to watch.
And hot
to watch. And I feel like it would be the number one most popular sport to watch because everybody loves watching dancing. Why do you think TikTok got popular in the first place when they were doing literally the dances? So
we should take the dancing part of gymnastics when these girls are doing those moves on the thing, which love you, but you don't need to be doing. Just do the flips. Have then the dancing part of that.
I love dancing.
Competition.
I could have both. I could honestly have both. I literally am obsessed with watching dancing.
Yeah.
So it could be really good.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's our free idea. They've added lacrosse, which is like, I love when I was in college.
You love boys that play lacrosse.
I was a lacrosse prostitute. Oh my God.
That's so your type.
Oh my God. They're kind of like compact, their bodies, and they're like the way they flip, they're good with the flick of the wrist.
Yeah, true.
Oh my God. And
the net is hot.
It's just preppy. It's hot. It's sexy. I mean, there's a few sports that I don't enjoy the men of, but yeah, the lacrosse is so hot. So I'll be excited to watch that in 2028 for LA. I'm a little worried about what we're going to do to make it sick, but
what do you mean?
Well, we don't have like the Eiffel Tower or Versailles.
Yeah.
Where are we going to do horse racing in like SoFi Stadium? Welcome to LA. Oh, I saw a video yesterday and it was shading LA and it was like, so Paris has 2 million people. LA has 4 million people. And they were like, at the time of the Olympics, Paris had 4,000 unhoused people. Guess how many LA has? 37,000 right now. We need to fix that. We need to do something. Karen Bass needs to get on it a bit faster. She needs to really just hit the gas. Like, we need to help the unhoused people, and we need to build some shit before they come. We have 4 years and we need to build like a lot of shit. We need to finish the fucking airport.
Oh my
God,
cats
could have finished LAX before these people. Yeah. Whoever is in charge, I will shade you. I say this with my whole chest.
Whoa.
You are really, really bad at your job and you need to step down. The LAX has been under construction for 10 years. I'm pretty sure they built the pyramids in 3. Okay. You guys need to fucking hurry it up and put a woman in charge because I just know it's a man. I'm sorry, I do. But
agreed.
But where are we going to do horse racing? We don't have anything sick. What are we going to do?
What's that fun polo fields?
At the Bachelor Mansion? Like, we have nothing to show for LA. Like, at Erewhon, like, we're going to do curling at Erewhon. We're going to be like, hey, welcome to our town.
There's something so good about this.
I know.
Like, the LA Olympics. And
Yeah.
Content.
Our meme minds are twirling. Anyway, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Are you in on the Demure thing?
Yeah. Kind of.
Not really.
No, I know it.
Well, a lot of my community is non-TikTok. They're only Insta.
My girls.
Yeah.
Those my girls.
And so I'll explain it once and for all here because everybody's getting annoyed. It is a content creator. Oh, this is bad. Sorry to double back. Temecula is where they are having the equestrian.
No, I put my foot down.
Temecula is really rough.
It's...
I mean, that's not, compared to Versailles. Yeah. Compared to Versailles.
No, that's rough.
Because I feel like Versailles is a place where people go no matter what. And I don't know if Temecula is like on the list of places to visit in America if you're not from here.
No, it's not on a list if you're from Temecula.
Yeah.
Like, no.
That's fucked, you guys. But maybe at least we can do some of the like relay racing in Malibu. That's pretty. Well, they had the Seine. That's one thing we have them beat on.
Yeah.
They had to make them swim in the bacteria-ridden, shit-filled Seine, which everybody was puking after they were swimming in it. At least we have Malibu.
Yeah.
And at the end, you get your medal and the ceremony is at Nobu Malibu.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful.
That's so stunning.
No, that's tight.
Maybe if I like work hard enough, I could be like, because
you
know
committee?
How they have like people who... Like the people who give the medals are all like important people from the town, like of Paris. Like, oh, the minister of this. Maybe like if I work hard enough.
Yeah. That's the goal.
I'm just saying.
You have 4 years, baby.
I'm just saying. Okay.
You're going to be Tom Cruise going down on a zip line into the beach.
Back to Demure. So a content creator, Jules LeBron, she's so funny.
She's hilarious.
And she basically has this thing she says where she's like, you see how I put my makeup on? Very demure, very mindful, not like you bitches. I see how I show up to work with a winged liner, not too much makeup. Very cutesy, very mindful. And so everybody has been saying it, and everyone's like, don't burn it to the ground. And I'm like, it's too late. We are burning this trend. We are going to burn through this trend in a week, and I'm going to love every second of it, and then we'll find something new.
That is the way of the world now. Like, if I see the color green, it's been in like the corner of my eye this whole time. When I see the color green, I want to punch someone.
Because you're over Brat Summer.
I am over Brat Summer.
To be fair, it's to their credit, it lasted a while.
No, talk about fucking branding, like genius of my dreams, like incredible.
I know,
but
Terry's
God
so smart.
Damn it, get it out of my face.
I got it.
But yeah, Demure, I actually really, really relate with that, since I don't know how to do makeup or do really anything, and I want to make that kind of my like vibe.
You are demure.
I'm mindful. Yeah,
you are mindful.
Demure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know there was a name for it. Now I feel really seen.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, let's play. Is it true for lesbians?
I'm so excited.
Box theory. Do you need a refresher? I'll give a refresher to everybody just in case of box theory.
Yeah.
Box theory.
I've been following you for a long time.
Is when you're like, I've had to have dinner with you. I know what it is. Jesus Christ. Box theory is my theory that when a guy meets a girl in a romantic setting, so like a setup, an app, blind date kind of thing, not just like randomly at work or whatever, he will put her into one of three boxes. He wants to date her, he wants to hook up with her, or he wants nothing to do with her. And you can't move from box to box, no matter what you do. Like if you're in the hookup box, you could be like, oh, well, I want to have, kids, and I'm Catholic, and I, want to wait till marriage. And he's still not going to want to date you. Vice versa, if you're in the date box, you can act like a complete lunatic, puke on his shoes, get too drunk, and he's still going to be like, that's my girl. Is that true for lesbians?
Nothing that you can say about a heterosexual couple can be really applied to lesbians. Like, see, our rules are different.
Yeah.
We have too many boxes.
Yeah.
Pun intended.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's easier to move and flow through all of them.
That's the feedback that I've gotten from my small but mighty lesbian community following.
Let's build that.
I know.
I said this in the beginning, but like female friendships, women connections, like we can go deep on like the first minute of meeting. I can know all about everything and it doesn't feel weird, and I might never see you again, right? Or we're in line for the bathroom at the club, and like I know more about you now than like your boyfriend ever has.
Whoa.
And if you take it one step further, and if one of those girls is queer, like it sets a different vibe for sure. But like there is just a natural tension between like two women, or like not tension, but like a natural
only
like,
between me and you.
Yeah. Like, something's making me okay. There's a connection, right? So we can get so deep so quickly. So like it's already off the bat different. And then with what you asked originally, like we can hook up, right? And then we can be friends, because you still have that like best friendship kind of vibe. I could see you naked in a shower if you want to do that. And we can then go back to having like the most grotesque conversations about things.
Right.
Like there's no rules. Whereas like if you did that with a man and you see him naked, it's just it's just different. It's just different.
I know. And it's so funny that transcends sexuality, because it's so true. It's just like, I wonder if it's because of the way our world is structured. I wonder if it's like the power imbalance. And then I don't know. I'm
probably
spitballing here.
No. There's
like, because there is a shift. It's like once a guy has seen you naked, it's like, yeah, like, I don't know.
There's an inherent, like, if you don't have the same anatomy, for sure. There's like, and just like, I mean, going back even to periods, like understanding like what you go through and like having that, like, I'm not disgusted by your vagina in a way that truly a man would be, like, just because he doesn't have that.
Yeah.
And like also sexually, like I'm not campaigning, even though I'm always on a campaign trail for everyone to be like not straight, but like we just know each other's anatomy better.
Right.
So like I obviously could hook up with you again, and I'm not campaigning, but whatever. Better than a guy probably
you could make me come like way better than most guys,
exactly. Probably. But just because I have the same anatomy.
Totally.
And then we also, again, can have a deeper connection or not.
Yeah.
It's just different.
I know. And it's so true about how, that's such a trope, like, oh, the girls you meet in the bathroom. And it's like, you can just go so deep, so fast.
Because you just get it. You
just get it. And it's so, like, every woman I meet, our experience on Earth is just so much more deep. And, I'm really not a man hater. I'm never about that. I'm really, that's not what this is about, but it's just a more textured experience, for better or worse. And I think that's why female friendships, I've always said, I said this in my book, they have this cosmic element because it's like the shit that we go through is just more intense, whether you're gay, straight, bi, whatever.
Yep.
You know, the experience of being potentially able to carry a child, the experience of carrying a child, the experience of period, the experience of, you know, your body changing so much on a month to month level. It's just, we have deeper things.
Yes. There's an inherent like automatic connection.
Yeah.
Because we experience things like that we just get. You don't even have to freaking say it. You can just see it.
Yeah. And so that must be very intense, like to be in love with a woman. I can't imagine how
it's too much.
It's like, that must be kind of amazing because I'm imagining, you know, my friendships with women, and that's what I never shut the fuck up about, is like how they're my lifeblood and how I love them. And so to be in love as well, it would be like on another level.
It's intense. It's so intense. It's
because it would be like being in love with a man, except for they'd understand you.
It's literally that.
Yeah.
It is that.
And so can you tell me a little bit about like the joke of when lesbians like move in really fast, or what's the thing, like the U-Haul joke or whatever?
Yeah, except for, I'm telling you right now, you straights have been U-hauling like crazy lately.
Yeah.
I think COVID did that.
I think COVID did it.
I've been hearing like, oh yeah, I like got engaged after like 6 months, or I moved in with my boyfriend after 9 months, 4 months, 6 months, whatever. And I'm like, I didn't even do that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But the U-Haul trope is like, girls usually bring a U-Haul on the first date or the second date, and you move right in because, like I said, you connect really quickly, and then you just like never move out. And I mean, my first date with Jordan, it never ended.
Yeah.
We literally we hung out every single day for 2 weeks, and I was like, my roommates were like, "Where are you?" Her roommates like, "Where are you?" And it was like, oops. Yeah. So you get kind of lost in it.
Yeah.
But like I said, the straights have now been taking over U-Haul. They take over everything.
I know. Well, we've been like love bombing. It's a lot. Us straights. So
fuckers.
Yeah, I know. Which is like the fake, like narcissistic straight way to fall in love. That's so funny. Yeah. Gosh, I wish I was a lesbian. I say that to you all the time.
You do say that. I think
we'll get there.
I think you're on your way. No, yeah. I think though, like what is beautiful about being a straight woman is you do get to have then relationships with women.
I know.
Like, that's beautiful.
That's special.
And like those will never, you have all your relationships, you know? I just read the book More, A Memoir of an Open Marriage.
Ooh, how was it?
It was amazing. I really liked it. The woman's kind of annoying here and there, but I love her. I love the book. Mm-hmm. But in the book, she talks about this, like, one of the guys that she goes out with is like super poly and like really in that. And he like explains to her, like, every friendship you have, like every relationship you have, like is technically like, every friendship you have is technically a relationship, whether or not it's like, you know, sexual or whatever. Yeah. And it's like, you have these different friends for different reasons. And like, you can go so deep. So like, you technically like do have these female friendships and connections. Like
totally.
You're a lesbian in that way.
Yeah. And I take it really serious. I take all my friendships. I very much feel that way. I think there's an author, I believe her name is Raina Cohen. I'll have to fact check that, who has a book about how we've limited ourselves with the language and verbiage surrounding friendships because they can be so deep and meaningful. And we're just like to say, oh, she's my best friend sounds so juvenile, but it's like they can be in a way a life partner.
Yes.
And,
wow, yes.
And, you know, you can have breakups with friends that feel like deaths.
Yep.
And you can have, you know, to be long distance. I think the example she gives is like, you know, if you say, oh, I have to be long distance with my girlfriend or my boyfriend, like you're my romantic partner, everyone would be like, oh my God, no, like that's so serious. But if you were like, oh, I have to move away from my best friend, everyone will be like, okay, get over it. Yes. And it's like, that's not true.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Like, they're a part of you. And also on that point, I think Esther Perel talks a lot about how, you know, you can't expect everything from your partner. And we do now expect our partner to be literally everything: sexual, spiritual, intellectual, emotional,
financial.
And it's like, it's just one person. Like we're putting all this on one person. And it's like, yes, it's called Significant Others by Raina Cohen.
Oh, I'll read that.
So really good, interesting thoughts that I really enjoyed. So, Okay, let's talk about just another thing. So icks, do lesbians get icks? Yes.
Obviously, we're people.
And you're women. So I have a theory that straight men don't get icks. And let me explain why.
No, they definitely do. They definitely do.
But not, I don't know, in the same way.
Yes. My brother just told me one the other day.
What was it?
He said his new ick, he didn't say those words. I don't think he knows the word ick.
Right.
But he's like, you know what I don't like? And I'm so sorry because we all do this. So just don't date my brother. Was like, he doesn't like when girls put in their Instagram story the post that they just posted.
But by the way, like, facts. I've done that like once.
I've never done it, but I get it. But I get it while you're doing it. You have to get your likes and get your validation. I like that.
And the algorithm is tough.
And the algorithm sucks. However,
so I don't know if that's like an ick though.
No, that's it. That's an ick.
I would say that's like I would say that's cringe. I don't think that's ick. To me, an ick is like, I don't know.
Okay.
Like you're a guy you're seeing bends over and you see his butt crack and he like, when he's picking something up. Yeah. Or like, yeah, it's more just like.
That's an ick?
Yes.
I think an ick is like, yeah. The way they like clear their throat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's something more physical where it's like.
Not wearing socks with their loafers.
Well, let me say this. Sorry. Like I don't think your brother would not sleep with someone who he's really into if she did the Instagram thing. I am talking about 3,000%. For a girl where if she's on a date with a guy and he does something ick, she will probably be unable to sleep with him that night because it's like, it just makes you view them in a different way.
Okay, that's super fair. If you say it like that, 1,000%, I don't think men have icks.
Yeah, they don't, because it's like, and I always get into fights with my guy friends, and I'm like, go ahead, define an ick or tell me. Or they're like I prefer when girls like have long hair, and I'm like, that's not like you're not. There's very few things. If a guy is into, let me put it this way: if a guy is into you and he wants to sleep with you, there are very few things you can do where he's not going to want to sleep with you.
1,000%.
The only one I can think of that is like hits home, because it's definitely been me a couple of times. We've all been there and we've had calls about this on the show, is like if she gets super fucked up, super drunk.
Yeah.
And it's like early on and maybe she's in the hookup box anyway and she gets sloppy drunk and he has to take care of her. That I think can deter a man from wanting, and it should.
I was going to say that's a good thing.
That's a good thing. But I'm saying like even in the future, maybe he's like, like not for me because she got sloppy or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah.
No, now I agree with your theory.
Okay. But lesbians get that. I mean, yeah, that's.
Of course we get the ick because we're both women.
So it's like maybe double, even more ick sensitive.
Yeah. It just depends on the lesbian. I can't speak for the whole community.
Right.
Even though I try to.
Can and you should. So, okay, this is an interesting one. This probably definitely doesn't apply to lesbians. I always say to the gang, men always come back or their lives get worse, which is true. And people are always like, what's the science on that, Tinx? Because and I'm like, first of all, it's a mantra. I don't have a PhD published written paper. This isn't in the Harvard Review. People are always like, but like, how long do I have to wait? And wait, if he's going to go on to someone else, then isn't it? And I'm like, just let it be. It's a good mantra. But it's like every guy who's ever wronged me or crossed me, and I am a witch, so maybe it's like higher percentage with me.
Yep.
They always come back. You always get a text. Maybe it's in 6 months, maybe it's in a year, maybe it's in 5 years, where they're like, hey, or like I was wrong, or da-da-da-da. Or their lives get worse, or both. But oh God, I'm thinking about all the comments being like, Tinx always cuts off her guests and speaks for them. I'm not.
I didn't say anything.
You go.
I had nothing to contribute on that one.
Okay.
Keep going.
Well, I don't think that it could be true, because I think that women are, like you said, are more emotionally complex, and they're sounds like and in generalization, like lesbians are better at being friends with their exes.
Mm-hmm. But they come crawling back.
Okay.
I think that they come back. I think take again the gender out of it. I think people can smell when you're doing well.
1,000%.
And then that's when they come crawling back.
Agreed.
So like the second you got like a tan, or like you did something good at work, or you like worked out, or I don't know, doing something, or you found someone new, you're just in your bag.
Yes.
They come crawling back because they smell it.
I so agree with that.
Yeah.
It's like you can feel
the shift.
You can feel the shift.
World.
Yeah. It's like in the Sex and the City, that iconic scene where she's like, Carrie might be happy, so it's time to come in and shit all over it. It's amazing scene. But yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Like-
and men do come crawling back because they're mentally delayed compared to women.
Mhm.
And so what took them maybe like what took you 5 months, it took them, double.
For sure. And I do think that the way that men and women grieve a relationship is so different. Like after a breakup, a girl is always so down bad right after. She's always like, on the couch with her friends, like crying, like feeling so upset. Man's out there. He's on Hinge the next day. He's posting Instas. He's having the ball. 6 months.
Yeah.
He wakes up.
Yeah.
He's like, what the fuck did I do?
Yeah.
And by that time, the girl is like, I'm healed. I've gone on. I went to yoga. I got a bob.
I regretted the bob.
I got extensions. We're back.
Yeah, it's that.
Okay. We have some AMAs from my community.
Okay.
Brittany, I get a lot, so maybe you can help me give advice to these lovely people. Brittany, 24. Hey, Tinx. Me and the girlies love discussing woman-on-woman crime, throwing out certain things and judging was a female crime committed.
Oh, I thought this was going to be like woman-on-woman
sex.
I
wish. Throwing it. Yeah, sorry.
Say it.
No. I was just remember the thought I wanted to say before when we were talking about men's and women's bodies. And I was going to say this is hearkening way back to like the beginning of our podcast. But I was going to say, I think the reason that a lot of straight women watch women and women porn is because there's something very threatening about like a penis in the scenario, because it feels like it's a very finite ending. And with women, it's just more like of a nebulous experience. You can come multiple times. It's more like, it just feels like when a guy jizzes, it's like, that's it. It's the end of the show. And because like what straight among us has had sex with a guy where he's finished and you keep going after? Like, it's unheard of.
Right.
But like with women, it's more, the party never has to stop. And I think that's my theory on why girls like to watch even straight girls like to watch girls porn.
We can go hours on this.
I know.
I don't have enough time.
Okay.
For this.
Okay.
This is another episode.
This is another episode. But that would be a good one.
Yeah.
And I would love to do another episode on vaginas. Not that you're the vagina expert, but
no,
like,
I'm not.
But I have gotten some.
I would really like to do that one, actually.
I would like to too, like vagina pride. I'm really trying to.
That's what I do at work all day. And the things I hear.
I know it's awful.
It's awful.
No, it makes me feel sick. It makes me feel so sad. And I get some, we carry so much shame. That's why women always have like chronic back pain. It's like we're carrying the shame of generations in our bones about our beautiful vaginas.
Yeah.
Vulvas. Sorry. I want to be anatomically correct.
Nice.
All right. So throwing out certain things and judging was a female crime committed, or we let them off with a warning. Would love to hear your thoughts. Okay. So I think this will become clear when I read an example. Friend wears a top out. You lent her for a second time in front of you after the initial borrow with no mention of a return. That's fucked up. I would be like, is that my top?
I've done that.
Okay.
Just like, whatever.
I mean, I would say that's my top because that would be awkward, but I also wouldn't
like
care.
We're like sisters.
Yeah, it's
like,
fine.
Just call me out. And then I'm like, yeah.
Don't lend anything. You don't.
Boom.
Like, you have to literally be okay with it getting ruined or lost. Like when I lend something, I'm like, it's gone, which I'm okay with.
Yeah, but you shouldn't ruin your friend's clothes, and that's a big thing.
You shouldn't, but if you're going to lend, you have to be aware.
True.
A friend goes to the same colorist as you, but doesn't mention ahead of going. You hear from the colorist.
It's kind of weird.
I had a woman. Oh my God. I'm getting a flashback. God, I hope she doesn't see this. Kind of a kooky, I guess you would call her a rich mom from a past life of mine when I was living in New York. And she asked me where I got my color done. And I told her this guy, I was going to a different guy back then. And she went and she was like, I hated him, sent me all these pictures. Her hair was like fucked up after. He sent me a paragraph note like this long, like, this woman is insane. She had no hair left. She was all fried off and she wanted me to do something. I said I didn't feel comfortable because it was going to make it worse. She made me do it anyway. And here we are. And I was like, I felt so uncomfortable about the whole thing. It was so awkward. I don't know. It's weird because I give recommendations for a living because I'm an influencer, but sometimes I do feel like, oh, I don't even want to say that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Scary.
Also, you don't want to give away your person.
Yeah.
And then make a $4 sandwich $14.
Right. This is my fault. Everything's my fault. Friend hooks up with a guy you had a one night stand with.
So interesting. This has actually come up a couple times in my life.
So we'll say, what do you think?
I think like it really depends on like I think you should be allowed to. I just think you got to communicate.
I completely agree with you.
Like we don't own these people.
We don't own them, especially if it was a one night stand. Now, if you were obsessed with this person, you went on dates with them, you had a one night stand, and then you never saw them again, but you pined over them and you were talking to your entire friend group about it and your friend fucks them after, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
But if it was a one night stand,
yeah.
You know, in college, I had some friends that I was like, we were kind of not openly competitive with each other, but we were kind of like we were all a little jealous. So we made this game where it was like, we got points every week. And if you got this is so fucked up. If you got a certain number of points, you were allowed to hook up with someone that someone else had hooked off with.
We should operate on this level in all forms. This is amazing.
I was at my sorority. I was with a few of my friends and I was like, I remember I got the points to hook up with this one guy. And I was like, I'm going to cash that in.
That is so fucking
We just made
weird.
out. We just
like
made out.
Slutty Hogwarts.
Okay. Friend has drunk make out with your little brother. I wouldn't care.
Yeah, get over it.
Friend bangs someone in your bed but washes the sheets the next day.
That was nice of them to wash the sheets.
Yeah.
It depends on are you young? Are you like in a sorority? Are you in a college house? Or is it your house?
If someone banged in this, because I have my barbecues and sometimes they go late and they go whatever. If someone fucked in my bed here, I'd be like, you didn't need to do that.
Yeah, you didn't.
I would be annoyed.
That's so funny though.
But I'm a Virgo. I'm weird about my bed.
Same. And my clothes.
Same.
Yeah.
Friend gets Taylor tickets and invites boyfriend of 6 months instead of her lifelong girlies.
6 months?
Like, I would just be like, that's a bad choice because it's going to be more fun with your friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's like her ticket, so whatever.
Yeah, and it's understandable.
Yeah. Okay. Next question. Petra, she's 28. My best friend is a bit of a mean girl and is starting to chip away at me. I have a best friend for a long time, and as our group has grown over the years, of our friendship has stayed the same. Until recently, I have noticed her becoming increasingly mean to a few other of the girls in our larger group. I realized the women she was always ready to not include and talk shit about and warn me about were in fact the ones that I was spending more and more time with. It has all come to a head when my old friend threw me a surprise party at a bar for my birthday and didn't invite these other women. Okay, so the bitchy friend. These women are firmly in our larger group and have been included on all their birthdays so far this year. When I asked where they were, my friend had said she wanted to keep it small and it was nothing intentional. I brushed it off and enjoyed the night, but I knew it was intentional. Obviously, when talking to the few women excluded, it's clear they are aware this was a clear shot at them, and I can tell they're a bit more closed off towards me. I don't know what to do. I know I need to talk to this friend, but is this something that is cutting off a friendship worthy? Do I just ignore it and wait to see if this behavior continues? What do I say?
Petra, that was a little bit long-winded.
No, she was giving context.
Sorry.
What do you think?
No, what do you think?
I think that, well, first of all, I'd talk to the other friends and I'd say, hey, it was a surprise party. And I just want you guys to know that if it had been up to me, you would have been there. You're important to me. You're important friends.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would love to know how old you are. Oh, she's 28. Sorry. I'm so stupid.
That's how old is the friend though? How old is the friend?
They're probably the same age, okay. But that's prime Splinter era year. And it's prime Splinter era bullshit where shit just starts to get a little weird.
Yeah.
And I've talked to you guys about this, and it's just like people do start to act strangely. They start to get more protective over their friends, possessive.
Yeah.
You know, you start to feel life changing.
Yeah.
You know, some people are getting serious relationships. Some people are going back to business school or whatever. And people just start to act a little weird. And I think if she's your good friend, basically you're talking about fatal flaw friend theory at this point, right? So fatal flaw friend theory is like every close friend has like one fatal flaw, and you need to decide if it's worth it to remain their friend or if you need to demote them and to be a lesser category. Because I can't stand when people are like, the same problem is happening week over week and they're bitching about it. And it's like, okay, well then either accept that that's who your friend is or don't be as close to them.
Yeah.
So I think because she sounds like a really old friend, it's maybe worth a shot and be like, hey, even go at it from the angle of, is everything okay? You seem like...
My answer is that. It's just communication. Like, what's up? Are you going through something or like, what's going on?
Yeah. lesbian make it sound so easy.
You got to ask questions and just get up, move on. We always are like thinking. Women are always thinking.
We need to get it out of our body.
Thinking and just communicate.
Yeah, it's so true. It's so true. You know, have you ever had that where it's like weird with a friend and then you just pick up the phone and you're like, hey, and they're like, hey, and it's like completely fine.
That's the one thing I will say men do so well.
I completely agree with you.
Oh my God.
They're so good at, they're like, well, why don't you just talk to her? And I'm like, oh yeah. And they're so like,
face value.
I love that about that. I love that you can just like trust what they say.
Oh my God.
Most of the time.
And they can fight really hard and then they're best friends right after and they don't take it so seriously.
So good. Yeah.
Learn from them on the one front.
Totally. And they're not passive aggressive with each other and they're not like
bitchy, catty.
They're only competitive at like sports. They're like competitive
or knowing sports.
Or they're like league. What's the thing called? Fantasy league or whatever.
Yeah.
They're competitive about their league, but they're not competitive about like if a guy, and I really want to credit men for this because I think it's amazing. Mm-hmm. If they're in a friend group and one guy gets a promotion, they're like, dude, good job. And they genuinely fucking mean it.
You're about to do that.
That's what they do.
Knuckles.
They say, hey dude, good job.
Dude, good job, man.
Or if like one guy gets a really pretty girlfriend, they're like, that's awesome. She's really pretty.
Yeah.
Whereas a girl is like, why isn't that my boyfriend? Yes. Why didn't I get a promotion? Yes. We need to be better about that.
Yes. Let's raise each other up.
Raise each other up. Okay. Kayla, 25.
Oof.
Okay. It's time for the third date. He's coming over to my place. I'm so excited. The plan is a home-cooked meal, picking a movie, watching a movie for 10 minutes, then hooking up. Yeah, Kayla. Side note, I wonder how many minutes of movies I've seen that I had never any intention of finishing. Me, Tron Legacy in college, 2 minutes in. Bang down.
After you got the points to do that.
I had my allotted points for the week. I was allowed to bang. But I want to nail this dinner. I want to do something that is hearty and he will feel satisfied with, but I don't want to be too heavy on the kind of banging I plan on doing. What should I cook? I pride myself on being great in the kitchen, so I have few ideas, no matter how challenging I am up for it. It's just like, honestly, it's like portion control. I don't think it really matters how much. It's just like you can't eat too much because then you'll feel really full.
Isn't this so funny that we have to like think about this?
Yeah. And I think about it all the time.
All the time.
I thought about it a lot more in my 20s and now I'm like, oh, it's fine. Like it's whatever.
But like if it's pasta, like I'm not going to have the full bowl.
Not the full bowl. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, also like, no. What do you?
Well, and nothing that's too like I wouldn't have a soup before because it would be like a lot of jostling. Like,
no soup, no ramen because it's going to expand in the belly. No pasta.
No hot dogs.
No Chinese food.
I had a hot dog. As you guys know, I love hot dogs. And a hot dog really stays in the mouth.
Yo.
Let me say that. Like a hot dog.
You've been saying that.
You and I stand on that. Okay. A hot dog stays in the mouth. Like you can eat a hot dog and you're making out with someone.
Yeah.
Like 2 hours later and it's in the room with us.
Yeah.
So no hot dogs. Maybe like a light pasta, like, maybe like a summer pasta. You know what I love? Spaghetti vongole because it's no sauce. Mm-hmm. You love a little clam. You can see how he is at the clam eating action before you get into it.
I hated that.
I'm dead. But yeah. And wine. Wine makes me so horny.
Yeah, obviously.
But no... Like tequila makes me too like hyper.
Yeah, I think the alcohol actually, if you always are drinking alcohol, I think that's like wine is the vibe.
I like wine, but not too much because you'll get sad.
Jinx.
Yeah.
Or like
sleepy.
Fucked up.
Yeah. Okay. Bridget.
Yeah.
This has been so fun.
No, I don't want to end.
I know. How good is it?
This is so fun.
I love it. You're welcome back anytime.
Let's do more where can you guys ask like any of the small community of lesbians out there, can you guys ask some questions and then really make Tinx like work for it?
Yeah, for sure. I'm always trying to serve the lesbian community better.
Yeah, because
so I'm sure we'll get a lot of feedback about this.
Okay,
but
good.
You're welcome back anytime. Where can people find you if you want them to find you? I don't want to be found. Okay. I'm private. Okay. But actually I'm hiring for a brand manager, so don't message me on LinkedIn either. Okay, where should they message you? Because I have very smart girls. They'll message them. Oh, okay. Actually, message me on LinkedIn then. And say you found me through this. Okay, perfect. Yeah. Yeah. Is it a position in LA or is it remote? It's in LA. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah. Hey, I really appreciate you coming on. I love you. My favorite lesbian. This is so fun. Love you. Love you. Bye.